Alright, let's see if this camera thing here works. Alright guys, welcome back to the stream. I've just had a crash to desktop. Something happened with Explain 11. I have absolutely no idea what it was, but it certainly happened. It seems that my cam is very laggy, so I'll see if I can do anything about that. Yeah, it is. That's better. Yeah, it's because when I set it to low experimental, it goes a little bit better. Alright, so that should be going now. Yeah, I know. I changed it's with NDI. You have at least the NDI settings you have two different latency settings. You have normal, that is, I guess, normal, and then you have low, that is experimental, and apparently it's the low one that works best. So, all right, I didn't let's see if we can even get a flight going. If it keeps crashing on me, it's not going to be that good. I don't know. I didn't update the plane, so it shouldn't be that. Not to my best knowledge, that is. I mean, I did update it a while ago, but then I put in all the sounds and all the engines and all that. So yeah, let's see. Maybe we should when we get into the game again, should take a look and see how the how it looks, if it looks all right. Because I am using the Kara Dual realistic engine mods, and should also have. But I have flown this plane before with, so I don't know what the heck happened with the. But let's see if it crashes again. Maybe I have to end the stream prematurely and figure out why it's crashing. I have experienced crashes with the towless planes here lately due to the last updates. With the A340, I found out that the reason it crashed usually was, well, that's the only connection I found, was that when I entered a descent profile, and by descent I mean in reality when I entered the star data, the standard arrival data, and also either had, if I had wind data, descent wind data plugged in, at least the flight I did to I think it was Tokyo Haneda, RJTT Romeo Julia Tango Tango, when I did that, it just crashed with a lot of descent profile mismatch error. I cannot remember exactly what it said. The other case where it crashed, and this was only something I experienced, like I said, with the A340, is if I had, if I entered a standard arrival, no matter where I did it, I tried to do it at the start of the flight from Copenhagen all the way to to Tokyo, and when I did that, tried to enter the data, and it went fine. But the minute I entered the wind data, if I enter the standard arrival, the minute I enter the wind data, it will crash the desktop also, or just freeze. Actually, it wouldn't crash like it did here. It would just freeze. That's the real issue. But when we have loaded the sim, I will take a look and see what the log says. I'll try to keep an eye on that as well, because that may give a clue. And I'm trying, I mean, at first I see we don't have any 80s available today. At least not here in at Kastrup. But what I did see was, and that was actually pretty cool, that flying through most of Germany, I was able to use the CPD-LC connection, which is something that Vatsim, especially I would say Vatsim, but I guess Ivao is also on that wagon as well. They have implemented, and it was, I mean, it was just sort of a little test actually, just to see how it worked. But it one of the cool things was that for example, a handover to a new station was sent to you via the CPDLC.
Please check your
system.
quarantine scripts folder.
I know. And that was pretty nice. I mean, that was really cool. Let's see. Yes, it's been. Let's see what it says here. So, explain connection. Yeah, I know. Explain had a little bit of fun. Sorry, not explain. Xpilot had a little bit of fun with the connection here. All right, let's get all of these cards here. Before we do anything else, let's take an outside look. See how the engines look. Well, the engines look fine. I mean, there's nothing to see. Usually, if I had errors with the engines, there would be sort of two engines bodged into each other. By the way, I can tell you that not only are these these are one of the, sorry for the noise, one of the Cardiac engines that you can get. And these should be, if nothing has gone wrong in the tools menu, they should be the Pratt & Whitney Neo type engines. But we can take a look at these engines when we start up the plane, because they are, I mean, Cardiac has really put a lot of work into these engines, and they are, I mean, they bring, I mean, you could talk a lot about how the plane should be modeled, but in my opinion, they bring it up to a completely new level. All right, so let's connect to Vatsim. Let me see. The next one is to toggle the PAX hut. I've started PAX up. Python, no. Yeah, here. Performance, reload data refs. Xenviro, let's get the latest meter for both places. There we go. Just so we have all of this. I mean, I figured that we'd start it up. We'll probably start up from another runway that I originally planned. I made the plans yesterday, so they will obviously be a little bit yeah, that they will probably be a little bit out of date. Let's see, what did they plan? Yeah, 22 right or 22 right. I'm pretty sure you're going to use 04 right or 04 left. Sorry, no, 04 right. It's 04 right. Yeah. Let's see that one. Let's get the Copilot checklist here. Now, I haven't installed my Copilot yet because I'm pretty sure that Jar Design hasn't updated it to the latest version of the Tolis plane here. So whenever I used it, and I tried to use it several places, it would let me see if we got any. There are some PNG textures here. It said it failed to load, but it doesn't say which ones, so that's certainly not. Here's one. Xpilot error, open AL error, invalid name. Wonder what that is. I mean, it seems I am connected at least. Let me see. What does it say? Yeah, it says I'm flying an A321, so I don't know. Open AL. I'm not sure. I need to ask on the Xpilot forum here. Other than that, I can't see anything from Autogen that's happening. But anything other than that, I can't see anything really weird going on. So let's see. What departure are we going to use today? So we let's see. We have planned the Nexon 1 Charlie departure. We're probably not going to do that then. But it's going to be a Nexus something. Let's see, maybe a Nexus Foxtrot. What is that for? To the left. No, that's not it. Well, let's keep this for a little while because that is also dependent on now CDP CL is open, X-plane is open. Let's get the smart cars running. We're flying on Vatsim, we're flying the Lufthansa Neo DAEG. Yes. Should be. That says F. Interesting. Right. But I downloaded it as a G, but nevertheless, let's I'd probably just change it down the road. Alright, let's just let's get let me see, are there anything else I need to do here? Soulless, yeah, let's just put this in right away. I mean, Tolis, I have been in contact with Tolis and asked them whether they could do one of the things that people and people with people, I mean also someone like me, have requested from Tolis was that they added some kind of timer on the fuel and on the passengers. For me particularly, it's the fuel. The passengers would also be nice, but I mean, I use packs in any case, so not that big of a deal for me. So that would be 190. That would be 215, if I'm not mistaken. My calculations are accurate, which they probably aren't. Let me see, 71080. 71080. So maybe my calculations are actually. I can calculate. Alright, so let's see. We total fuel on board for a plan is 6475. I'm going to request 66 just to be on the complete safe side. Let's distribute the passengers sort of reasonable here, about 25, something like that, 25.9, that's fair. And let's apply this and apply the fuel. There we go. All right, we are completely fuel here. Now we just need to wait for anything else. But let's get our flows going. Let's get the plane up and running. So I'm going to just initially, before I turn anything on, I'm going to set the lights the way I would like to have them. I mean, I could just do it in any case, but I would like to have all of the screens starting up at when I need them and not just have to turn them on one by one. Turn this a little bit up here, go down here. And go over to the first officer. Why do I keep call it flight officer? I mean, guess they're all flight officers, but this is the first officer. The first officer. Alright, let's see. So, with all of that done, I can just set this to 5 up. Gear levers, spoilers and flaps are retracted. Engine mode selectors are engine start engine what the heck are they called? Engine switches are in the off position. Engine mode selectors are norm. Parking brake, we can set it to off because we have chocks right now. Predictive wind shear and weather radar are they are off. Gear lever is down. Wipers left and right are off, and batteries are above 25.5 volts, so we can turn on the system. Just give the plane just a couple of seconds, just a little bit time. Turn this up to wake up, and then we can enable the external power. Alright, let's start the flow. So I'm going to do this time up, down, up, and down. So let's try that. See how that works. So we're going to start the ADS, getting them aligned. We're not going to turn on the captain purse, which I will probably forget down the road. Turn on the ground control, all of that. Recorder. Could do a CVR test, but unfortunately, FT-Sim, whatever they called, haven't put that sound in. But it does work in the TOLIS. I like to sort of state that. Alright, it's down here. Turn the strobe to auto, nav logo to on. We're not going to turn on the seatbelt yet because I've decided that we aren't refueled yet. We're going to turn the packs on. Nothing to do here. We're going to leave the fuel pumps off for now. Let's test the APU. Yep, we get an annoying sound. Let's test engine 2. And another annoying sound. And let's test engine 1. And yet another annoying sound. So that works. Alright, let's go down to the center display here. That one of the ECAM screens that we now have online. So we have plenty of oxygen for the cockpit. 2 tanks. Let's turn these up. And this one here. And we have a lot of doors open right now because we are receiving bags and cleaning the plane and putting all the stuff and all of that inside. Let's see, fuel. No, let's go to hydraulics. Let's see, we have a full stand of hydraulics, so no issues here. Let's go to engine, and we have plenty of oil. So let's turn this off. Let's go to another pressure page, check that the landing elevation is in auto, and go to status and see that it is in normal. Alright, we are pretty much ready. So let's set up some basic stuff here in the front on our control panel here, what's it called, the glare shield or whatever. 143 knots, that's reasonable though. That's pretty neat. Let me see what I set the X-Enviro to. It's going to be fun. Let's see. 1004, that was actually the number I was looking for. Up. 1004. Alright, let's get some preliminary things programmed into the box before we allow the passengers to board. So we are running the Pratt & Whitney engines today, so we're going to do some dual cooling. So that's a little bit different than the other engines for the TOLIS, for the Neos, whatever. And I updated my Eric cycle to the newest. Let's go to init, and we are going to fly from Copenhagen to Munich or München. Put that in. Yes, that's the company route. And now we need to figure out where the heck what that alternate is called. And Body man, thank you for following, man. It's that sounded like a weird attempt to make a rhyme, but it was actually not. Thank you for following. It's greatly appreciated. Let's see, EDDM. Yeah, there. Absolutely no idea what that is. Today we are Lufthansa 2439. 243. Yeah, all right. Lufthansa 2439. Brain, please wake up and do what I want you to do. Cost index is 10. We're flying with a low cost index. Cruising. So I am going to put in what the box is telling me here. Top of climb descent is going to be -39. But if we don't have any, let me give you an explanation as to why it has done this. So if we go to one of the weather pages here, you can see that it is expecting some weather thing, anomaly thing going on here when we take off from Kastrup. So it is initially want us to sort of hover around flight level 220 or 220, and then go up to flight level 230, and then somewhere in here go up to flight level, our flight level, which is 350. That's our final flight level. But if we don't have any issues here when we take off, I am going to go straight for flight level 350, and that is also what I'm going to put into in 220. But when we get around 220, and if there's nothing sort of hindering that we continue the climb, I'm going to set it straight to set it straight to flight level 350. Let me see, what did I set it here? 360? No, it's 350. There we go. But there usually isn't. Alright, let's continue the programming of the box. Oh, it was the plan I've opened here. So, we have cleared the init, but we have finished with the init A page, or the first init page. So we're going to go to flight plan. So, I just did a little bit of quick arithmetic in my head. I can see it changed now before last time, so it's 1403 knots. All right, let's see. So if we take 22 and subtract 14, we get 8. If we take 14 and subtract 4, we get 10. So we're actually going to use 2 to right this time. Let me just make sure that it actually is 2 to right. Let's see on the... Yeah, it is 2 to right. Perfect. So right now I can actually go into AVS here, and I can set us a little taxiways plan. So we're going to use taxiways Mike all the way down to Yankee, and then we're going to go from Yankee down to Alpha, crossing runway 12, and then we're going to go down to Alpha 11. That's pretty much it. Except that route. Oh, obviously we're going to do a pushback before. I mean, that's pretty reasonable, right? So let me see where we can actually go pushback to. Alright, go away. I don't need you. Let me see. So yeah, we do have plenty of space to push back in this direction here. Sometimes when you're sort of parked here, you actually need to push back over here and then go all the way around. But usually it's this way around we go against the clock. So let's just... No. Probably a bad place. Maybe somewhere here. Yeah.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Oh, who's that? Who's that guy calling? All right, let's do a sanity check of the plan. Did we even put anything in? No. So departure. We're going to use 2 to right, and we're going to use the Nexus 1 Charlie, if I'm not mistaken. Nexus 1 Charlie. We're going to fly over Nexus and insert. So now we have a little bit more plan here. So let's go back to the start and say we're taking off, flying to this 1500 point fix point here. Vista, Nexton, Gimru, Mikos, Tospa, Rama, EKCH-EDDM, Kilj, Paul, Abgus, Aloso, Sodro, Urona, Tipam, Armut, Tivda, Lula, Excusi, Radic, Gomax, Vesix, Landu, and then we have the approach here that I'm going to put in right away because it's a relatively short flight, so there's no need to fill with that in the middle if we can avoid it. Yeah, I think in this case here I wanna be nice to myself because I am not that good at landing yet. You have all seen that, so I will allow myself to have five maximum surface wind is 5 knots for now. But I will remove the I will have wind shear on and remove the reduced surface crosswind. All right, let's see. It's because otherwise I would be landing in 22 knots, wind gusting to 35 knots, and I am not with rain and all kinds of crazy stuff going on down there, so I'm not going to do that. But 260. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that we have a runway that is just perfect for that. And let me see, because we are let me see which runway would be good to use. I think there's one of them that is a little bit sort of behind, if you will, or sort of that is 26 left, so I'm going to use that. I know that we'll get a little bit more taxi to do because we need to go up here to apron 2 and find a stand up here somewhere. But I do like that we have a little bit more time to sort of get down. A little bit more decision time. So 26 left is, in my opinion, a little bit better choice. Let's put that in. And let's go back to the plan and see what we were land do. So it's going to be land something. What did it say here? 26 left. All right. Probably the same. Yep. Land to Bravo. Land to Bravo. Put that in. And I'm not going to select any wires. We're going to do some vectoring in us. I'm going to vector myself in instead somehow. So let's remove this, and for now I can just use number 4 to put in Munich, and then 26 left. And obviously I was stupid enough to, and that's 080. All right, so that's the radial 080. There. Let's see. Let me just see if we have any more fixes here that we need to take care of. Yeah, let me remove this first and get what we need from Copenhagen. So we don't need this anymore because I already have, but it was Nexon 1 Charlie. So that's our departure. That's pretty much anything we need for Copenhagen right now. Well, we also need the runway to left. Just for sanity check, to left, the ILS-DME. We can also check the transition altitude when we come to that. So now the plan should be fully put in. Let's take a look. So we're going to fly that route here. Gimru, Mikos, Tokos, blah 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 blah, all the way down here. And now we should get to Landu, and then do a crazy route here. Yeah. Usually it's because you end the route here. That should actually be a discount somewhere, but there isn't. So it's going to be. I might fly a little bit further out and vector myself in. I don't know. Let's see how it goes on the flight. So what I wanted to use this little page here for was the rad nav, so we can see here that our LS frequency is Kappa Lima Kappa. Which, what did I select here? Oh yeah, all right. Sorry. Let's see. To right. Kappa Lima Kappa. Yeah. 110.9, 110.9, and 217. The slope, I haven't figured out a way to change this, so I don't know what the heck is going on. So now they say that our passengers are ready to board, so let's let them. So let's get the plan. I need to see our flight time. Let me see. B6, it's 350 actually. And flight time, we're expecting 1 hour, and let's say 1 hour and 35. Then we have enough to room. 1 hour and 40. Then we have enough to sort of wiggle around. And today I'm expecting us to get away no later than 12:40. So that should be about 42 minutes, including taxiing. And again, we have a little bit issue with the Neos here. Oh wait, no. I think I forgot to set the number of passengers. Let me just do that. Cancel. Yes. Put that. Let me do it the right way now. Let's see. Into the Neo, and I am flying the egg. So let's find the A320Neo there, and we have 215 passengers on board. If I'm not calculating wrong, let's see, 190 plus 25. Yeah, that's 215. Put that in. And we are cruising at 350. And I can plug in the route again. Nixon, blah, 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 all the way to Landu. Yes. Now it should be correct. Alright, let's take a look at because again we have an issue with the A320. It's because it says A321Neo. Let's put in A321. 231. Let's see how much can it take. It can take, well, certainly 215, so that's going to be fine. It's not exactly the right plane, but I think it's okay. 40 minutes with taxiing. Next, Wi-Fi, no IFE. We don't serve meal for such a short flight, and I'm not going to use the custom. Huh? Oh. Yeah. Alright, perfect. Yeah. There we are. All right, let's see. Flight plan red nav. Let's go to EDB then, and I will have to take a short lavatory break. I'll be right back with you. It still works. Perfect. There is a little bit of noise up here, then you can see it's because of the backlighting.
On behalf of the cabin crew, I'd like to welcome
But
you aboard our
yeah,
flight.
no noise.
As you find your
Managed to
seat,
get
please
myself
reach
just a little bit,
carry-on
just a
items
little
that
bit to
open
eat.
bins
A
and
couple of
smaller items
sausages
underneath.
and a cup of coffee.
If you have
That's
trouble
very
finding a
important.
location for any
Let's
of the
continue.
carry-on items, please use the flight attendant call button
So we are at the in the B page here. I'm just going to take it straight from the toll list. I mean, we could take the numbers here. They would be fine. 70 points. That would be 71.1, as it say here. But we need to get the zero fuel weight gravity here as well. So let's see. 71.1.
You are free to use your portable electronic devices during the boarding process.
And
We ask that larger electronic
25.9.
devices are stored once you depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome aboard.
Oh. 25.9. I'm expecting us to get off blocks around 12:30. That means that we have roughly, cheers, we have roughly 10 minutes thereabout, maybe 12:25. So we have a little bit of time to go through the checklist and to taxi out to the runway. All right, so let's see. And block fuel is 6.6. See what it says. Extra time 1.2, 1.0. Sorry, 1.1, 1.2. It's fine as long as this is not. If this is negative or 0, then you should consider asking for some more fuel. Which reminds me that I had just been told by the ground handling crew that they have finished refueling and resupplying the aircraft for the flight, so that's nice. With that put in, we're going to go to the performance page. So we are going to take off from 2 to right. I agree with that. We're going to do a 1+F because we're relatively light today. Well, we're actually pretty heavy. Let's do a flaps 2. we're about, I think it's 7.5, 7.6. That's the maximum takeoff weight. And we're 71.10 fuel, so... no, wait. The maximum fuel is 7.5, thereabout. I think it's 80 something. That's the maximum takeoff weight. But in any case, we're going to not going to use toga today because we're flying as economically as we can. We're going to make all of the... myself including the climate change proposals, whatever you want to call it, happy, and use as little fuel as we can, even though they would probably be more happy if we stopped flying altogether. But then again, we don't. The planes, it's only virtual carbon dioxide we are excluding here, so it's not a huge issue. But let's see. We're going to do flaps 2. And we're going to set it to up 0.5. Sorry, 0.4. I don't know. I'm thinking the right numbers, and I'm going to go for 56 here. And these numbers might be so 142, 142, and 144. Something along the lines of that. What is 145? Alright, so let's say 143 then. 143. Here, we rotate. And 147, 146 is probably somewhere in between. Alright, transition altitude is fine. We can do, yeah, let's just do that. AV tab. No, here. Let's look at the runway elevation is 14, so rounding up to the nearest 10 would be 20. So let's say 20, 20, 20, and then let's say 1,010 would be our ideal entry and out acceleration. So that would be 1030. Let's put that in. So we could have left 1040 there. That would be okay. All right. That is the entire programming of the bus. So let's just get the fuel pumps online. We already did all of that. And let's turn on the seatbelt sign. Let me just check that it actually works. It does. Yes. Alright, let me minimize this. I don't need to see myself. And ACARS is running. We are still connected to Vatsim.
We're ready to go when you are. Good afternoon, ladies
Wow.
and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 2439 with service to Munich. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 40 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seatbacks must be in the full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, secure doors for departure.
Alright, let's see. Alright, we can turn this off here. Go off here with that. Turn this off here. Let's lock the cockpit doors for now. Let's set the parking brake and ask the ground crew to remove the chocks. Chocks are removed. Thank you, sir. Alright, let's get the APU up and running. Because it needs a couple of minutes to warm up. So let's just wait. Since we have the time, let's wait for it actually to say flap open. There we go. And let's do, we didn't do the battery check. Let's do that as well. Electricity is here. So let's turn off the batteries. Wait a couple of seconds to just see that they really are off and all that. And let's look at how the plane reacts to me turning them on. So, see the transformers, they are reacting, and the batteries, they're slowly. What we don't want to see here is that either one of the batteries on 0 voltage, that would be very bad, or that the amperes are fluctuating wildly. But the electricity, the power here, it's fine. The amperes are fine, and the voltage is fine as well. So that's just the little battery check that we can do. All right, let's go away from the, and let's open the flight control page here, because we are some stuff going on here. You might ask yourself, why is the tail rudder moved like that? And the answer is actually very simple. There's no all of these flights, all of these surfaces here. Let me just turn on the clock here. All of the surfaces here on the plane, they are hydraulically controlled. That's why it's very important that we check the hydraulics. But and you can also see that the ailerons are drooping and the elevators are drooping. And the reason for that is that since there's no pressure in the system, they are reacting to two forces. The ailerons and the elevators, they are mainly reacting to gravity, and gravity pulls it down. Hence, they go down. The rudder, instead, it's reacting to the wind. So because we have a wind coming from 220 thereabout, I think it was 170, 160 thereabout, the aileron will be pushed in that direction by the wind. And that is why it is looking like this. When we start up the engines, or probably also when we get a pushback, you'll notice that it will change, because obviously the wind is changing, but we're also having some pressure, hydraulic pressure, when we start the engines. All right, let's see how much time. 12, 15. Let's just give 5 more minutes. We have 5 more minutes before we need to get out. So let's just do a sanity check here. Let's put that in here. We wanted initially flight level 220 to check. Let's get another weather briefing. 132 knots. Yeah, you can see and we have overcast. Your WF. What is that? That is something in Germany. Oh, we do have tower in Munich, so that's interesting. Maybe we'll have some more later on. That person does seem to have some issues getting in connection with Vatsim service, and they shouldn't. As far as I know, it's not now that they should be changing the service. Yeah, that is something I can give you sort of a little, I don't know what you call service message if you haven't already noticed or been told. The Vatsim service, they are going to have a major overhaul today, and I think it was about 21 or 22 Zulu time that they would make this overhaul. We have EDDM, we have both. We have some service, that's nice, so we can be guided all the way in. But nothing here at Kastrup yet. That's okay. Alright, 17, let's just ask for pushback. Let me see, let me just make sure I'm not on the right frequency here. Let's make sure that we are there. 122.8. We're in Unicom. Yeah. Alright, let's do let's take a look at the doors here. Obviously we cannot ask for pushback before all of these guys here have driven away and closed the door. And they are finished with their uploading. Let me just see. I forgot to see what I actually wanted to see was this change, and no, it's still 10.4. That's fine. One H. Oh. But you're not on Vatsim, right? Because I can only see myself. 1H. Where the heck is that? Let's see. AV tab. Parking stands. One hotel. Alpha must be over here somewhere. Foxtrot. Oh, there. One hotel. You mean one of these here? 101 and 102. There's no one hotel. Not as far as I can see. Ah! Well, that is certainly something very different than stand 1 hour. Where is that? Yeah. Good morning to you as well. All right, 20 minutes. Let's just turn the bacon on and get him to move away and close the door. Thank you so much. Let's do a before flight checklist. So, cockpit preparation is completed. We have done pretty much anything I can think of except this, which I will not, because I'm not going to risk that crazy person trying to make a scene. Everything else, light seems to be fine. We have now logo strobe on auto, that's okay. Gears and pins and covers are removed. Signs are on auto, we just check that. Okay, design nav mode. Fuel quantity is 6.6. It might be a little bit lower because we have started the APU. We have gone more than the 3 minutes, so we can turn on the APU bleed. We can also ask the ground crew to remove anything else. Let's disconnect external power and ask the ground crew to disconnect it or take it away. Let's see, please remove external power. Thank you. So takeoff data is set, barrel ref is set for both. Windows and doors are closed. Beacon, I just turned that on. Throttle levers are in idle, and the parking brake is on because we need it now. So we're ready for pushback. So, let me see, did we get anything online here? No. Copenhagen traffic, Scandinavian 2439er at stand Bravo 8. Pushback and engine start facing south. Alright, and I'm pretty sure it was south that I'm going to... Yeah, it is south. Alright, let's ask the pushback guy to come.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Oh, listen to that guy. Who's that? I think I'm pretty sure I've heard that voice somewhere before. I can tell you the reason why I did it. The reason is that there was, and I guess that's sort of the nuances that you need to be a Scandinavian in order to really see, but I'm pretty sure that they have used a relatively Swedish sounding English guy. So, I mean, that was said the wrong way. A guy sounding relatively Swedish when speaking English. And they sort of put it all over, it's just all over Norway and Sweden and all that. And I was just, well, no, a Swedish English doesn't really sound like Danish English, even though
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed.
the
ready
accents
to
are
connect.
sort of, I mean, relatively similar. So I thought, well, I thought it would be fun to use my own voice actually for the guy here. And also sort of a way to sort of try out if I could actually make my voice, my sound, when I record it with a microphone, sound like it was an actual radio. And I must admit, I do believe I've made it relatively successful. Oh, let me just get it to register the brakes. There we are.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Yep. So releasing parking brake.
Starting pushback. You may start your engines at your discretion.
I will. So we're going to and listen to this. Look at this. No, we're going to do it when we get out. Because I want to show you this also so you can hear it from the outside. Because these Pratt & Whitney engines, they have a very distinct sound. They sort of I guess I can best describe it like they're howling. It sounds like they're howling.
Fasten your middle fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. Release your seatbelt with the upper portion of the buckle. Please adjust your seatbelt fasten throughout the entire flight as you may experience unexpected movements.
Is there anyone else
There are
here?
several emergency exits on this aircraft. Please
No.
take a few moments now to locate
Did I
the
really
nearest
lock the...
exit.
Yeah, I did lock the
Your
door.
nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor level lighting will guide you towards the exit. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. Set the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you, and place it firmly over your nose and mouth. Secure the elastic band behind your head and tighten the strap to your neck.
Alright, so we're going to...
And don't worry if the bag doesn't
We're going to do a little bit of a turnaround. I thought I was facing the right way. I'm not.
If you're traveling
I don't
with
park
children,
here
now's the
that
time to
much,
take
actually.
one. But secure your mask and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it. In the event that the pilot decides to take a
Alright, let's start up the engines because they also need some dual. So one of the things with the Pratt & Whitney engines, in order to reduce the startup time, is that you use something called dual cooling. So I'm going to enable dual cooling, and then I'm going to turn on the startup and all that, and starting engine 1. Now notice this. It will spool up.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set. It will spool up,
Tow, stand by.
but it won't really start the engines.
Securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened in the back and cables are in full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the laboratory is prohibited by law. All of this information can be found in the safety
And this is the
card
dual
located in the
cooling
back in front
stuff.
of you. Please read it and let a cabin member know if you have
So
any
now
questions.
the one should start up.
Then we hope to secure your flight.
5 has been removed. Hand signals on the right. Until next time.
Alright, let's see when we get an avail. There it was. Let's start engine 2. Now the dual cooling should mean that it should take less time starting up the engines. So we're going to see. I mean, I don't really have a timer to sort of check that, but it should mean a little bit less startup time. Get constraints on, airports on over here. I'm going to set it to 10 so I have the granularity that I would like to have. And we should get avail. So I'm going to set the timer, set this switch to norm, turn off the APU, and we're going to set this to captain and personnel. Alright, so let's just do a little flip around. And I will turn dual cooling off as well. We don't need that anymore. And we are off block, so I'm going to start my clock here. See if I remember to stop it when we land.
The cabin is ready.
Alright, let's do a... Hope that he's not planning on getting in here, parking. 151594. I'm just flipping around because I thought I put myself in the right direction, but I didn't. Alright, now we can set the parking brake and let's do the after takeoff checklist. So let's see. Anti-ice, we don't need that. Ecam status is checked. Pitch trim, it's going to be up 0.4. So let's get the flight control page here, because we're going to check the flight controls in any case. 0.4. Let's see, now the rudder has turned off and all, it's straightening itself out. Alright. I know. Full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral, full left, full right, neutral. I know, I live in Copenhagen as well, so so I really know. I talked about the guys on rudder trim is 0 as well. Alright, let's set our flaps. We're going to do flaps 2. Let's arm the speed brakes for takeoff and set rejected takeoff. Well, maximum speed brake, that is. Takeoff config test. Try again. Normal. We're going to ding the cabin when we're down there. Yeah, I know. I talked about with them about it on the Discord, and they said that basically, which is relatively reasonable, that what the service, that's the service that we're talking about here, that what they're looking for is the conditions for snow. So if the service think that there's condition for snow, then they're going to send out, well, there's snow. And I mean, I could turn the lever for the seasons thing all the way down, but that only is how much do I want of it. the servers are still going to say there's no. So, all right. Let's see. Mike Yankee Alpha 1, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Copenhagen traffic, Scandinavian 2439, taxi to runway 22 right via Mike, Yankee, Alpha 1, initially holding short 22 right. Alright, we announced that, let's get, well, we don't need that, it's daylight, so get that online. And nothing else we need to do right now. Let's turn off the parking brake. And let's get going. And yeah, you can probably hear in the background that one of our cats is in heat. She's extremely annoying. Guess that's just a cat thing. So I don't know if we're going to actually have time for both legs today. We'll see. Otherwise, we're going to take the second leg tomorrow. I did plan it as a dual leg flight, but today actually, but I didn't get going in good enough time. I took a little nap on the couch. I can just as well admit that. Oh man, I'm lying. I can see other people on Vatsim, so... Copenhagen traffic, Scandinavian 2439, crossing runway 12. Yeah, I know. That's what I talked about a little bit before the stream. That I think it was it. Is it about? Is it 22 Zulu or 21 Zulu? I cannot remember the exact time when they're going to roll it out. Meaning that anyone wants to fly on Vatsim, they cannot, and you have to update to the latest beta. And the last thing I heard was that X-Squawk box is no longer going to be functional with the new update. So yes, I read about it, and it's I mean, it's pretty cool. I have to admit that although I like many of the things that EVAO has done with the platform itself, I mean, that you can earn that your hours on mean something. I have to admit that in pretty much every aspect that I can think of, Vatsim is just, I mean, they are ahead of EVAO. They have voice ATIS, they have voice Unicom, X-Pilot, in my opinion, integrates a lot better with, for example, well, V-Pilot and X-Pilot integrates a lot better with the platforms than the EVAO client does, so yeah. Set the parking brake for now. Alright, let's see. Ding the cabin. Cabin crew, please prepare for a takeoff. Let's set this to TARA. We don't have anything coming in here, so I expect that we are cleared for takeoff. The engines has warmed up enough. Everything else here is... Oh, that's cool. For anyone on the stream watching that unfortunately cannot read Danish, what Zoro said, he said he's around Nuremberg. Alright, let's announce the takeoff. Copenhagen traffic, Scandinavian 2439, takeoff runway 22 right, via the Nexon 1 Charlie departure. I don't think I need this anymore. And let's get all of our lights on. There we go. Strobe should go to full. And see, I'm getting there remembering all these things. I wonder how many aspiring pilots has been yelled at by the captain because they forgot to turn off all these lights. That's cool. Yeah, once again, I can sort of translate. So saying that he applied for ATC in November, and he's waiting anxiously to get the word. I have applied as well, but much later than you. So yeah. All right, let's just. I forgot something quite important now that I want to do it. Let's see. Before takeoff, flight control check, flight instruments check, briefing confirmed. Flaps are config 2. V1 is 142. Rotate is 143. V2 is 146. ATC is set. We don't have any ATC. ECAM memo is no blue. All of these are no blue. Takeoff runway 22 right. Cabin crew has been advised. TRA, TCAS TRA. Engine mode selector is in norm, and packs are on because we are doing a flex temp. We are freaking ready for takeoff, so let's do this. All right, let's go to 50% N1. Stick halfway forwards, roughly. Just align the wheel a little bit better. Let's get it to settle. It is settled. All right. Man flex, SOS runway, other thrust is blue. We are getting there. $80 knots. 100 knots. We can hear the sort of howling instead, the engines. It's not loud, it's just there. Oh, there is some crosswind here. V1, rotate. Positive climb, gear up. And we are in normal mode, on normal law now. So we are... Whoa, don't drop on me. Oh, let me just get this out here. So I can see it a little bit better. Betterer. Okay, we can turn these off here. Don't need them anymore. One thing that I will say, as far as I haven't looked out the window right now, but one thing that I will say that X-Enviro has gotten right is the overcastness. But the snow, yeah, it's not there anymore. I actually told them on the Discord that X-Enviro has given Denmark and Copenhagen snow, the kind of snow that I haven't seen since I was a little kid. And I'm almost 40 years old now. All right, let's retract to flaps 1. Disarm ground spoilers. Now we should retract slats. There. Or flaps, actually. Go to slats. What I meant. And I think our clean speed is about 230 or something like that. Clean speed. Flaps retracted. Alright, let's get the takeoff, the checklist up here. So landing gear is, well, I can remember it by head, but I just pulled it up anyway. Landing gear is up, flaps retracted, packs are on, they were never off. And in about 1,000 feet, we are going to go to Barras Standard. Have I been saying Scandinavian all this time? Oh yeah, bad habits. I am Lufthansa. Alright, let's go to standard. Bad habits die hard, man. Yeah. Copenhagen traffic, sorry for the confusion. I am obviously Lufthansa 2439er, not Scandinavian 2439er. Oh, that was very low. That is turned up all the way. Let's see if these are turned up. The older one. Yeah, the older one. Let's get a flyby. But I will say this, the howling of the engines, it's a little bit more pronounced if we do a toga takeoff. Then you can really hear it.
We are now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic
I could just force them up to toga, but it will complain.
While you're seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard
Can hear that.
Wi-Fi.
It's a little, they have a little bit more howl to them than the
We do offer complimentary in-flight communications to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to
I'm
access
excited
live
for the
streams of
fact
free live
that they are going to add, let me just enable autopilot here. Let's just set it to our cruising speed. 350.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move around the cabin.
Yeah.
However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when needed in case of unexpected circumstances.
I mean, I'm excited for the fact that what are they? Not TOLIS. My brain just had an incident here, fart incident. I'm excited for the fact that Laminar is going to add an Airbus to the lineup. And I think that the A330 is I honestly think it's a pretty cool addition. But to be honest, like many people have said, I am a little bit afraid of that we're going to get the standard Boeing like FMS and not the real the real Airbus McDo. But other than that, if they can get the fly-by-wire and all of that in perfectly, then I think it's a cool addition to the lineup. Yeah, I know. And I mean, hopefully someone will mod that. I don't know. That's how it usually goes, right? If people are, what is it, unhappy with with the standard planes in any kind of simulator, if they can mod it, they will mod it. Just look at the Boeing 747-8 in Microsoft Flight Sim. the A320 in flight sim, the SEBO 737, and even the, is it Salty, I think they're called, that are modding the 747-400 in X-Plane. So there's certainly a lot of room for mods in this regard. Now that we don't have a giant like a PMTG to make Boeings for us in X-Plane. So is the cam still working? Probably. Let me just see. Yeah. It's pretty nice that since I switched from the standard EKCH cam connection driver to let me just do something else that I forgot to do while we're in cruise. Set it to above. While I switched from the EKCH cam, standard EKCH cam driver to actually having the to using what's it called, NDI instead, because the EKCH cam can actually connect via NDI. After I've done that, the connection seems to be a lot more stable. There are still issues with the backlighting and my green sheet behind me, but that's a minor thing. That's not a problem with the cam in itself, and that's the way I can use my phone as a webcam instead of my ordinary webcam, which is about, I don't know, 3 million years old or something like that. Almost as old as I am. Alright, let's get a fuel prediction here. 3.1, I like that. Let's see if we have a flight plan for the secondary we can put in. Oh, not secondary, alternate, and which reminds me, copy active. Flight plan. Here we go. So in here we are going to set a sort of departure. I'm just going to say 26 right, and it won't immerse something. It's not really important. And here we're going to select arrival ILS22 and must for alpha, arrival, no bias, and insert. And the advantage of that is if I go to the fuel prediction now, I actually get fuel prediction for if I need to go to the alternate airport, EDDM here. So I like that. It's pretty neat that you can do that. I haven't taken very much advantage of it. Let's just copy the secondary once again, so we have that as well. So one of the things that we could do here in the secondary is we can change our arrival to 26 right instead. Still use the land to something, land to Bravo. Oh, it's the same, yeah, sure. No wires and no transitions. There we go, insert. Alright, so now that we are in the air, we can remove all of these from, let me see, are we out of, we've just passed the place where we, so we can remove this as well and search for München. And let's see, let's start with the approach. No, not the approach. The if you can see you down here. No, you're not on my scope yet, but that's probably because I have set it the wrong way. You're in the cruise still, right? So I'm looking up, so if you were close enough, I should be able to. Let's see here. Set it to 80, then you should pop up at one point. Alright, let's see, arrival. So we use the Lando to Bravo. And we do have, that's what I wanted to see, we do have a fix. Let's do that, go to flight plan, here, fix info, and here we're going to put in Mike November whiskey. Thank you very much, I would like some whiskey. And it should be the standard 25 nautical miles radius. But sometimes there are different on the arrival charts, and that's our approach chart. So let's see, we are 26 left. No, there's nothing here. Other than we have, then we can see here that it's flight level, 3,700 feet. That's our sort of minimum altitude in. It also says here in this range here. So basically anywhere where we can do an approach to the airport, we will have 3,700 as the minimum. But I'm pretty sure that the entrance altitude is 5,000 here, so it's not really an issue here. Speaking of which, go to performance, next page, next page, next page. Not that, but this one. Set this to 5,000. I'll go around. Clean speed is 223. All right, so 230 was decent. All right, and I didn't do the final part of the checklist, but we are below the line. We have to set to standard. We have set both to standard. I mean our altimeter, so no issues there. All right, let's remove this and let's go back to. Yeah, there's no need to set this just yet. About 300 miles more to go. So, oh, is that you out there? Yeah, it is. There you are. About 6,000 feet above me. I could go to nav if I want to follow you a little bit more. I love that you can do this. It's so now we are at the same level. Now you're below me. Oh, we have center online something. Urim West. What is he called? Maastricht Eurocontrol. Alright, so Maastricht Center. Alright, let's do that. It is 135750. Scrolling, 750.
Line 9903, low squawk 0326.
Squawking 0326, Beeline 9903.
The jet 4 Hotel Golf, contact caution Aero West 135250, ciao.
Portugal 9135, decimal 725.
13525.
Portugal 13525,
Maastricht Eurocontrol, please Skyways 2940, level 360. West 2940, low squawk, achievement in 1000, identify level 360, direct to Echo Echo Lima. Direct Echo Echo Lima, Skyways 2940.
Maastricht Center, hello, Lufthansa 2439, climbing to flight level 350.
2439 at identified, squawk 0330 direct to Apus.
Squawk 2033, Lufthansa 2439.
0330 the squawk.
Maastricht, good day. Ryanair 457, but
2330, alright.
Ryanair 4557 on identified direct to Arthur.
From direct Arthur, Ryanair Power 557.
Arthur, ask Alpha Romeo Tango Oscar Romeo.
Yes, direct Arthur, Ryanair 457.
Lufthansa 2439, the squawk is 0330.
Ah. Squawk is 0330, Lufthansa 2439.
Maastricht Control, Lufthansa 310, good afternoon, passing flight number 2134-350, inbound at 2 pole. Lufthansa 310, identified, proceed direct to Bombik, line flight level 350. Direct to Bombik, camping 350, thank you, Lufthansa 310.
That was not me. Thank you for following, Rage King 3. How many of you are there? It's nice to have you on board.
Emirates Bravo.
I'm just put in my name. Oh, now we have approach, ground and tower. We have the full range here. Lufthansa 2439. Just going to write it down. So squawk was 0330. Alright, let's check the
Thanks to Julie Fox at Red and Control 779, the fix has the booth. Ciao.
get the 80s here. Oh wait, let me try to see if I can do
Thanks
something.
to Julie Fox at Red and Control 779, the fix has the booth. Ciao.
EUMW.
Control KLM 602. Go ahead. Directed to requesting step climb flight 360.
See if we can-
602, climb 360. 60, okay. 1602.
See if I can log on to him.
Line 9903, direct to Golf Tango Quebec if you're not already.
Yeah, we are connected.
Can you repeat please for line 9903?
So that little
Direct
ping
Golf
you
Tango
could hear,
Quebec.
that is because I'm actually connected to
Golf Tango Quebec,
the controller we have right now with the CPDLC. So basically meaning that anything he wants me to do, he can send it to me via text message instead of having to call me up.
358.
That's pretty cool.
Control, very good morning. Hotel Charlie 20.
So 1 Hotel Charlie Allah identified that it could be this.
Let's see if we can see. That must be
Hotel Charlie.
plane right there that we saw
4901.
sit past. Or is he flying with us?
Your controller right now 6915, flight level 340 about Hotel Lima Zulu.
6915, Allah identified that to Domec.
Domec, right now 6915.
Domec.
Domec, right now 6915.
Don't make.
Maastricht Center, Lufthansa 2222, landing to flight level 230 for flight level 350, direct DSAC. 2222, Allah, you are identified direct to Bravo Sierra November. Direct to Bravo Sierra November, Lufthansa 2222. And confirm 350 is your final request level.
Maastricht, hello, Chennai, 73 Delta, flight level 370.
I follow. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Select 73 Delta identified direct to Lasses.
I watched a stream
Lasses,
yesterday.
73 Delta, thanks.
Not online. It was a recorded stream. With.
By 91X Alpha, that's 77, free exchange is approved. Ciao.
I think he's called.
The frequency of 91X Alpha.
91X Alpha, just for information, the speed is for the Turkish on your right side. Turkish 39 Foxtrot, you need to coordinate with him, your arrival.
I think he was. Let me just turn it down a little bit.
Turkish 39 Foxtrot, the reason for your speed is down by 91X Alpha on your left side, coordinate your arrival with him. Frequency change is now approved here.
He was called Captain Canada, something like that.
Actually, rather good.
He did a long-haul flight from
Mike, with you direct to Cali, flight
Munich,
level
mentioned
280, ready for descent.
Newark,
KJFK.
KJFK. And he said that one of the best ATC services he has ever had is flying around in Germany, and I have to agree with that. Not only are the most of them that I have met up until now, not only are they very professional and they know how to sort of shuffle us around, but just like in this case here, having a fuckhead like me try the same squawk 3 times, and he still just silently and calmly say, no, it's 0330, not 243, it's 203 or whatever I put in. So I have to say that I like that.
We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in the back for a list of complimentary drinks.
Left to 690, this is level 310.
Please note that we only
Good day, Euro Correction Maastricht, Arsenal 1, flight level 300, in maintenance. Flix 1 LR identified to River and descent follow 220. Direct favor, descent flight level 240, Arsenal 1.
I love that he says that he is
Correction, Arsenal 1.
estimated log-off time 12 Zulu. That's 4 minutes ago.
With the 444 descent for level 250.
Customer 250, that 444.
Kind there 6915, descent on high for level 250. 250, that's 6915.
Now let's take a look from the engine view again. These are, these are also, if I'm not mistaken, Carlo Duval engines. Pretty sure that they are. One of the things that you can often check whether these are real Carlo Duval engines or not, or whatever you want to call it, is that, as far as I know, there you can hear it. That's the howling I was talking about. You can see through them. You can't see that on the standard soulless engines. Oh yes, or you bet I am. I'm looking very much forward to X-Plane 12. Well, I know that the kind of person, I don't know him. I mean, I'm not trying to say that I know him well because I don't know the man at all. But I do have some sense still from hearing him talk a lot. I've seen a lot of his videos with someone called Michael something, I think it is. I'm talking about Austin Meyer, the man behind Explain. And I seem to know him well enough to say that...
358, colon 127.1, show.
Is that me?
With 358, contact London 127.1,
Oh, so we said no. I think I know him well enough to say that he is not trying to...
With 358, Maastricht.
See, now you cannot see that, but he gave me here a message, proceed direct to Sodro.
You got 2690 service 793.
And now I can say Wilco, unable standby or free text. I'm going to say Wilco, I will comply. It's so much easier. I mean, seriously. What was it, Sodro? I don't have Sodro.
579 and 54, then left
there.
to 0 degrees and no traffic opposite direction. Left to 0 degrees, up 554.
So, yeah, where was I going? Yeah. I think I know Austin Meyer, and I know him talk a lot about this, that he won't be trying to replicate the same thing that Microsoft Flight Sim is doing. They're still going to use AutoGen to generate buildings and all that, and how well the ground textures are going to look, I mean, it's still a question that we can look at and talk about.
Asterix 1 continues descent flight level 100.
But I do have an idea, I do have confidence, not enough to say
Serbia 1 continues descent flight level 100.
that I think Explain 12 is going to have enough improvement to compete with Microsoft Flight Sim. Because, at least on paper, I would say Explain has a superior flight model. Whether it actually feels better, I'm not a real world pilot, so I cannot say anything about that. I cannot say that I have flown enough planes in real life to say, well, Explain is more realistic. But from what I've heard, what I've read, and sort of my basic understanding as a physicist, I would say that, in my opinion, the Explain, what is it called, blade element theory, that's okay. That seems to be more superior. That's okay. Yeah, I know. Just do auto land. One of the things that I also noticed was that I flew from Munich to Gardermoen, Norway, straight out. When I took off from
Jordan 081, contact Kilo West 135250, ciao.
Oh, that was not for me. When I took off from Munich, I flew through all of the ATCs in Germany was online. Every one of them, and every single one of them, except one, I think, I could log on with the CDPLC. I tried several times through Denmark over the Danish airspace. Couldn't do it. And I don't think I ever got connected to any of the Norwegian, Swedish. I tried Swedish as well. Didn't work. I know that German airspace is much bigger than Danish, But when they're saying on their page you can contact this for CDPLC, then you should be able to do it.
Easy 7 Alpha Mike, request clearance to continue descent 7,000 feet. Top 37 Alpha Mike, sorry, welcome to any off fixed.
So here says contact München 133575. See? It's so much easier, man. So let's go down to the radar. Radar radio. 133575. One, 2, 3, 5, 7, 5. Yes.
Log 2 kilo, contact Maastricht 135.750, bye bye.
Chevron 2 kilo, go to 135.750. Thank you very much for your ATC and your help this morning. You have a good afternoon, bye bye.
Alright.
Alright. München Center, hello. Lufthansa 2439er at flight level 350.
Lufthansa 2439, with radar, good afternoon, identified, proceed direct Almut, Alpha Romeo Mike Uniform Tango.
Proceed direct Armut, Lufthansa 2439er.
Condor 1463, expect vectors after data, Papa 457.
Pata, vectors for Condor
133 575. He's there. He should be.
452 heavy, level 150 climbing. Lufthansa 1452, with radar, good afternoon, identified, climb flight level 320, proceed direct Gorko. Gorko and climb flight level 320, request.
Let's see if I can connect to him.
No problem, climb 340.
Thank you.
Nürnberg ground. That cannot be accurate. I'm just going to ask him if I can connect with CDPLC because his info says Nürnberg ground. Let's see what he says. Sometimes when they are called EDDM and then O, then they usually are EDDM-O, but I'm not sure he's enabled it yet. And if you haven't, it's okay. Oh yeah, let me see. I needed to get the ATIS for Telex ATIS for EDDM. And if you want to know, the program I'm using for all of this is called ECCDPLC, and it is exactly as the name implies, it is easy. So let's see. Mention information: India, med report, time 11:50, Expect independent parallel ILS approach runway 26 right, 26 left, runway use 26 left, 26 right. Transition level. What? I'll see what he said. Okay. Just wind 270 to 16 knots, pretty heavy. Visibility 10 kilometers in the vicinity. Shore clouds, fuel, scattered to 070 feet. Broken temperature for QNH 1008. So this was 1150. The next should be 1250. That's 1350 Zulu. So
Condor 1463, after waypoint data Papa 457, can left heading 350, descend 3000 feet.
Condor 1463, descend altitude 3000 feet, and after Delta Papa 457, heading 350.
see, we still have we only have ground now. We don't even have tower. That's okay. I mean, he's going to cover us all the way down. X-Enviro weather briefing. Let's see. 10008.
Mexican radar, good afternoon. Finnair 8 Yankee Victor.
Temperature is 4. Wind is 270, 16.
Air 8 Yankee Victor with radar, good afternoon, Squawk 2026.
Transition level was 7. And
Lufthansa 4 Oscar Mike, welcome to Nürnberg. Taxi gate 10 via Charlie.
10 via Charlie, Lufthansa 4 Oscar Mike, thanks.
the 1570. Let's try to use this one instead. I don't use the radio that often, so let's put that in instead. The decision height. Back to progress. Let's see, we're about 178 miles out. Still a little while to go before we
radar, good day, July 4187.
From July 4187, with radar, good afternoon, identified flight level 360.
we don't have anything going on in France, so I don't know. About to reach our top of descent. See, the closest thing we have is ground on 12170, so let's 700, let's put that in. It's a backup frequency, and let's see if we can listen to the ATIS here. Let's get a charter. It's usually the way you would do it. So I'll just go in here and see if I can find digital ATIS 123130. So let's put that in. 123, 125. All right. One, two, three, 125. Yes. So now we are locked in. So when we get close enough, we should begin to hear his ATIS, so we can get the latest. Well, let me get my pen and paper.
Condor 1463, turn left heading 290, cleared ILS approach 26 right.
Left heading 290, cleared ILS 26 right, Condor 1463.
Engine sent Lufthansa 2439. Can we expect ILS runway 26 left or 26 right?
Lufthansa 2439, I think it's 26 right, but it's out of my airspace, and at München it's only ground controller online.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for the information, Lufthansa 2339.
Condor 1463, request long rollout.
Alright, so I guess
Condor 1463, that's approved. Make a long rollout to vacate via Alpha 1. Wind 270 degrees, 6
No.
knots, runway 26 right, cleared to land.
Runway 26 right, clear to land.
122
Vacate
decimal 8.
Alpha 1 via long rollout, Condor 1463.
alright, let's just plan for 26.
Fueling 1840, Milky Radar, good afternoon, identified, proceed direct, Laluk.
München Radar, Lufthansa 310, schönen guten Nachmittag, inbound, Tinkersbühl, passing flight number 299, descending 250.
Lufthansa 310, Milky Radar, good afternoon, outside of my airspace, continue on Unicom.
Over the Unicom, score you later, Lufthansa 310.
Lufthansa 310, München is not in my area.
Oh, sorry, thank you, have a good day, bye-bye, 310.
Bye-bye. Lufthansa 452, contact Maastricht 135.750, bye-bye.
135.750, should have, sure.
Go.
I guess that that prism needs to be updated because, as far as I can see, EDDMO Center does have Munich as his
Lufthansa 2439, when ready, descend flight level 270 to reach level at Armut.
when ready descend flight level 270 to reach it at Armut, Lufthansa 2439. Alright, let's put that in, Armut. Let's put a flight restriction in, flight level 270. We'll probably say some alt error, but it works anyway. So let's see. Oh, you're getting banged by. Yeah, I'm sorry, Soro. Streamlabs bot has really issues with anything related to flight simming, actually, because that's anything in flight simming is probably symbols. So yeah, I don't know what it's a minus. I need to educate Streamlabs bot a little bit here. I wonder when he is I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I can assure you that I'm not going to do a minus 130. I usually land about minus 230. I haven't found a sweet spot yet for my flare. I usually land somewhere around 230 to 350. They're about somewhere in between that. Let's just start the descent. So maybe we won't get ATC when we take off from I would be an excellent Ryanair pilot. I mean, we need to get the plane down, right? Who cares? I mean, the passengers are doing sort of getting a centimeter or two shorter. I mean, yeah.
Condor 1463, welcome to Leipzig, taxi, gate 128 via Whiskey 1, November.
Taxi gate 128 via Whiskey 1, November, Condor 1463, EKCH-EDDM.
Ciao.
Let me see. Let's get another one. Telex, it would be nice if it could remember it when you do. Maybe I should ask him on the page whether we could get that. The last one. Let's see. Edis request. Oh, that should be the same. That's one. I didn't want it. It was a mail I wanted. EDDM. Yeah. Let's compare that with what the Exent virus says. There. 270, 16 knots. 270, 17 knots, so close enough. Let's put that in.
France Soleil 4817, contact Maastricht 135.750, bye bye.
135.750, bye bye.
Finnair 8 Yankee Victor, no further ATC, monitor Unicom 122.8, have a good flight to Helsinki, bye bye.
Over to Unicom Finnair 8 Yankee Victor, thank you, have a
Still
great
have the same put in.
Bye bye.
Please, Red Air Express 367 flight level 280, correction 300.
Iber Express 3671 with radar, good afternoon, identified squawk 2032.
The squawk 2032 is coming, Iber Express 3671.
Simple Carrier Express 3671, stop climb flight level 300 at the moment, traffic above.
The final level 300, Iber Express 3671.
So cool. And he has such a clear and very
EV424 Alpha with radar, good afternoon, identified.
slow way of talking, so you can really understand what he's saying. Sometimes just like climb, just yeah. Turn heading 345 and climb descent of flight level 150. Safe. This yeah. So I love that. I love when they are taking it so nice and slow with us. I mean, someone might argue that they're kind of babying us around and we're just...
Iberia Express 3671, radar contact flight level 275. Fueling 8450, descent flight level 170, level at Laluk.
170, level by Laluk, fueling 8550.
Lufthansa 2439, no further ATC, monitor Unicom 122.8, have and again breaking, bye bye.
122.8 for Lufthansa 2439, bye bye, thank you for your service.
Bye bye.
Alright, let's just descend all the way down to... Go to Unicom. Let's go all the way down to 5,000 feet. Via the approach. Mention traffic. Lufthansa 2439 inbound for ILS runway 26 right via the Lando to Bravo. Approach descending to 5,000 feet via the approach. Arrival. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Guess people can understand what I'm saying here. I have to say, Sora, I'm really impressed if you manage to do that kind of landing. I didn't even turn this on. Well, I didn't need it anyway, though. No. I'm fairly impressed if you manage that kind of landing in normal wind condition. I mean, even in calm winds, I can only manage sort of a... Let's try to do that. Let's say 0 wind, surface reduce, no wind shear. There is something else I would like to try out before we get down to the surface. General settings, there is one ILS. Oh, that needs some... Alright. Because there are some... They said if ILS auto align... If there is some discrepancy between the ILS and the landing, then doing an ILS auto align might help out. I'm not sure about that. That may be something for Wednesday stream to see if that works out. Do we have anyone else nearby inbound for München? No, it doesn't look like it. Not at least the way I'm coming in. So. I guess that's the way they, yeah, the idea was if I have the time, that's it. To continue another leg to Toulouse. But I'm not sure I have the time before I need to go down and pick up my daughter from daycare. My wife is still, what do you call it, registered? As ill, as sick. She had COVID. Not terrible much, but I mean, sick is sick, right? Or ill is ill. So she's not allowed to go down and pick up my daughter. So that's my chore. It usually is anyway, because then she's not here. She's at work. So yeah. All right. So now that we let me just get the frequency for ground here. 121-700. Sorry for yawning. 121-700. Yep. too far. There we go. We're ready to say hello. But I've planned everything and put it in the box and all that, so not put it in the box, but I have a plan ready and all of that, so all I need to do is log off and change my call sign and all of that. But then again, it might be quicker this time because we don't have to do all of the preparation with the plane. It's basically running. We just need to start the engines and all of that. Obviously to get refueled and sort of that kind of thing, but but yeah, that was pretty much a perfect landing, I have to say. I still need to find that flaring sweet spot. I guess it will come eventually. So we have a lot of arrivals here. One is on the descent right now. Apparently I'm not registered as a descent or whatever. I have someone coming all the way from... What's the furthest that is there? I would say it's probably the one from New Delhi, the furthest. Let's get a flyby. We haven't gotten much of those. Wow, it's so quiet. One of the cool things that Carter Javal has done with this engine is that when you look inside the engine here and you activate the reverser, you can actually see the blockers coming in and sort of getting that air pushed out to the other side. It's really impressive. Alright, let's extend these to just get a little bit more, let's see how much... Oh, I didn't enable that. It's about 30, alright. Just to get a little bit more reduction in speed on the way down. Alright, let's do an open descent now. Speed brakes halfway out. Well, let's enable the seatbelt sign.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
They are pretty much all of them sat down, except the flight crew.
We have begun our final descent into Munich. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to select any craft one final time. Please ensure
Turn the
safety
lights on.
holders stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please
Turn
also
these on
store
as
any
well,
carry-on items either in the
just so
seat
that I
back
don't
pocket or
forget
under the
it.
seat premises. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
Let's go. Unique traffic, Lufthansa 2439er, turning left heading 170, inbound for ILS 26 right. Alright, let's get full speed brake so we can get down to 250 knots. Lufthansa 2439er, flying direct Landu. I'm vexing myself because there was a a hole in the plan I didn't take care of. So I just wanted to get myself sort of in line with Landu.
Unit traffic Alpha 5 off Lima, descending for the
Just do the
Mention traffic, Lufthansa 310, established the localizer to 6 right, on 8 nautical miles south.
see if we have anyone out there. What altitude am I at? See if it's still. Yeah. 1008. Yeah, I know I haven't heard about it, but I know that the wind should be much better now. Let's just go direct Gudeng. Merchant traffic, Lufthansa 2439er, flying direct Gudeng. Yep. Yeah.
Mention traffic, Lufthansa 310, position Gudek, for the established ILS 6 right.
All right. Let's see. Mention traffic, Lufthansa 2439er flying heading 160 to give way for the other traffic to land.
Alpaca 5 Alpha Lima, level plate, correction, altitude 5000, inbound, Foxtrot India, 26 rate, ILS approach.
Mention traffic, Lufthansa 10 Alpha Mike, climbing flight level 350.
Mention traffic, Lufthansa 2439er flying left heading 120. Yeah, that is a lot of traffic. That's why I'm trying to sort of distance myself out a little bit. Because we have one there and we have one that is direct on approach. Let me see if I can figure out who that is. I am probably... Who's this? We have Lufthansa 310 inbound. We have VCP 5.
Mention traffic, Lufthansa 310, ILS 26 right, 8 now 6 miles.
Mention traffic, Lufthansa 2439er flying left, heading 090.
Mention traffic, Alpaca 5 Alpha Lima, flying heading 270, inbound, the ILS 26 rate.
Exactly. Oh, you mean slow my... I'm flying 220, that should be enough, right? I mean, I'm trying to get away from them, so I don't want to slow down there, but on the way back, I'll just enable the approach. That should give them enough time. So where is he now? He's even outside my screen. All right. So I'll go out here to the no need to mention that. That's not a big change. Let's see, something around there. When I hit that intersection point, I'm going to go straight back, direct to. But I'm basically just going to go back to Gudek, so that should be enough. Enable the landing system. So this is a yeah, that's the 25-mile marker, so that should be enough. Yeah. Let's go back. Can I go direct Gudek? I can go direct Gudek. Mention traffic, Lufthansa 2439, flying direct Gudek for ILS runway 26 right.
Alpaca 5 Alpha Lima, fully established on the ILS 26 right, 10 miles.
Alright, so let's see, where is the... I think that's the Alpaca, the VCP, is that Alpaca? 5 Alpha Lima. Because he's also inbound. He's just past Gudek, alright. And that is wrong, that one there, it's for the... But I could just Do it right. No nav intercept, I know. See, flight plan. Oh, I am a flight plan. No, not there. Fix info, go to, and then just put in 26 right instead. Oh, we are already on the approach, so. Let me see, what is he doing? Maybe I can... Ground speed 153.
Any traffic on Takeoff 5, Alpha limits, bye-byes for Lufthansa 963.
Let's go to flaps 1 then. Must be pretty close now for landing. Let's go to flaps 2. Give him a little bit more time.
Alpha 5, Alpha limit, short final for 260.
All right. We don't even have a altitude call out yet, so just go down to 4,000. Oh, 4,000. Oh, let's just stay here because that's the enable the approach. Cat 3 dual. Yeah, it is now or never.
Alpha 5, Alpha limit, secured runway 268 at Bravo 7.
To get the glide slope, or sorry, the localize also. Glide slope star. Glide slope box. Glide slope captured. There's the localize also. Yeah, it must be. So Mention traffic, Lufthansa 2439 on final for ILS runway 26 right. Alright, let's ding the cabin. Cabin crew, please prepare for takeoff. Landing.
2,500.
2,500. So about 2,000, I'll extend the landing gear and then slowly stabilize the plane from there. See if we get any rain below the clouds. They are low, these clouds. Maybe no, there was excellent visibility, so it's not an auto land. There we have it. $2,000. Hello Steve, and welcome to the stream. You're about to see the landing. However that will go. Alright. Yeah, this is X-Enviro. And it's love for snow, apparently. Alright, gear down. Arm ground spoilers. Three green. Alright, flap 3. About 1,000. Let's just go flaps full here, so we are fully stabilized. Get my feet up so I don't. And I can already see that it's a little bit off alignment. I mean, I don't have that much crosswind here, so.
$1,000.
Morning. EKCH-168 is on the left step downwind and with 26 left, back to ILS at 26 left.
Mention traffic, Lufthansa 2439 on short final 26 right. Nope, no ortho, but this is a non-standard scenery, the airport. Oh yeah, that's nice you said. I always forget those.
500.
Because you don't really need them. I mean, they're not mandatory. Brakes are, but not auto brakes.
400.
But thank you for reminding me. Alright, 300. Autopilot off.
$200.
100 above.
$100.
Minimum.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10.
Drive.
Ah, not bad. Could certainly have done worse. Sort of, I mean, it doesn't look like it's sort of wet, but it certainly is sort of snowy, slippery.
2 p.m. and it's currently about 3 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us, and we hope to see you again soon.
Mention traffic, Lufthansa 2439, runway 26, right vacated. Alright, disarm the ground spoilers. Set this to taxi. 20 is off. Set this TRA off. Predictive wind shear off. Weather radar off. Flaps retracted. Retracted. Turn the left. Landing system off. Think I need anything else right now? Let's just find a nice way to the airport. Yeah, the airport. There we go. Alright, so let me see. We are going to...
Traffic, easy 162 left base, 26 left.
So let me see which one of those are... I don't need my EV tab here in airport. Airport. So terminal 2 is back here. Alright, so yeah, we can do that now because I know where we're going.
Morning traffic, easy
Just take
168,
211.
turn on final, 26 left.
Destination Whiskey Papa is turning final, 26 left.
Set. I've heard, Steve, that you only enable the brake fan when you're parked, not to suck in all kind of weird stuff into it. Munich traffic, Lufthansa 2439, taxi to stand 211 via Alpha 6, November, Whiskey 2.
I think there's an apron online, so we just contact you.
There is the rain. Hello, rain.
Morning to traffic, 168 is 26 left.
Okay. Yeah, I got the. This is what's it called? It's I can't remember the name of his company, but it's Mr. X from. Oh, here ground is online again. November 3. I forgot he was online. November 3 is here, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, it's not freeware. He has made a lot of freeware, but this is not. But it certainly is nice. I mean, so let me just make sure that I'm actually selecting November 3 and not November 2. Let's see. Yeah, I am. Perfect. Alright, let's try turn dual cooling on and turn engine number 2 off. I'm going to do a single engine taxi. Yeah, I got a lot of I got a couple of his Mr. X's scenery for Boston and LAX, and there's one more. Yeah, I also got his scenery for
5 off limit on departure from taxi.
Attacker 5 Alpha Lima, thanks for flying to München. Have a great week, stay safe, and here's soon, sir, bye.
What was it? It was San Francisco. That's freeware. Those are freeware.
Kayak 1 to Zulu, ready for taxi. Kayak 1 to Zulu, turn to the left, 180 to the north, swing over out of present position, Oscar 2, taxi to entry November 4 via Oscar 2. Das heißt, ich soll mich jetzt rumdrehen wahrscheinlich, sorry. Also via Oscar 2, entry November 4. Kayak 1 to Zulu, that's correct.
Ground, guten Tag, Lufthansa 2502, request you for clearance to Helsinki.
Lufthansa 2510, München Apron, good afternoon, sir. Information Kilo is current, startup approved, cleared at destination Helsinki via Akini 1 November departure, flight plan route, climb via SIT, flight level 70, squawk 2332.
Maybe a little bit further.
1 November departure, initial climb 70, squawk 2332, November, Lufthansa 2510.
Lufthansa 2510, read back correct.
München ground. Good day. Lufthansa 2439. Can we get stand 211?
Lufthansa 2439, München Apron, good afternoon, sir. Yes, continue taxi, gate 211 via Whiskey 2.
Continue to 211 via Whiskey 2. Thank you very much. Lufthansa 2439.
Kayak 1 to Zulu, you are now on center 2, please turning further to the right, Oscar 2. Turning to Oscar 2, Kayak 1 to Zulu, sorry.
That's true.
Two stations, just one by one. Lufthansa 4 Mike Alpha out of present position, turning right, swing over Oscar 2, taxi to entry November 4 via Oscar 2.
We'll swing over to Oscar 2, entry November 4 via Oscar 2, Lufthansa 4.
The range should actually be, that's liberating because I'm running open GL.
Pushback approved, facing north.
Facing north to 510.
Yep. Let's see if I can find two. Oh, they're nicely laid out.
Kayak 1 to Zulu. No further ATC service available. Monitor Unicom 122.8. Enjoy your flight, safe landing, and thanks for cooperation.
I'm using single engine taxi.
Charlie Unicom 128 und danke für die Nachhilfe, Kayak 1 to Zulu. Schönen Tag. Kein Problem mehr, gerne, und der Verkehr muss doch rollen.
It's going a little bit slower because I'm doing a single engine taxi, that's why. 319, hello.
Easy 1628, München April, good afternoon.
Another Lufthansa.
Easy 1628, good afternoon, sir. We are on the Bravo 6 taxiway.
Contemplating getting
1628, do you prefer stand Terminal 1 or Terminal 2?
Getting the A319. Yeah, it is one day.
My one, please.
Easy 1628, taxi to entry Sierra 5 via Bravo 6 Sierra.
We have 210 Alpha.
5 Bravo 6 Sierra,
Lufthansa 4 Mike Alpha, no further ATC service available. Monitor Unicom 122.8. Have a nice flight, safe landing.
211.
Unicom 122.8, thank you for ATC, Lufthansa 4 Mike Alpha.
Thanks for flying.
Let's see how excellently I can screw this up. Ah, that's not too bad. I really love the sound of the Pratt & Whitneys. They have that howling sound. It's very different from the LEAP engines, that they are so quiet. Tin cans.
Lufthansa 2510, ready for taxi.
Lufthansa 2510, taxi to entry November 4 via Echo 3, Delta 6 Blue Line, Oscar 2.
Delta 6 Blue Line, Oscar 2 to November 4, Lufthansa 2510.
3, 2, 1, stop. Stop, yes, exactly, stop. Alright, let's get some Apu Bleed running here. Let's turn off the other engine. Turn that off as well. Now we can go with the brake fan. Might suck a lot of snow in, but there's nothing to do about that. Hello. I forgot to turn the strobe off. Maybe that's a good idea, but I don't know. Daylight. Turn that off as well. Wait for this to connect. That cat is so annoying. Let's get all of this.
Easy 1628, continue taxi gate 111 Alpha via right turn Charlie 5, Oscar 1.
Alright, they're connected. Let's just turn seatbelt sign off, doors open. We have external power now from ground.
Easy
Perfect.
1628, mention
Turn the
April.
fuel.
Request one to stand on my right.
I'm not going to turn these off in case we can do another flight.
1628, sorry, what stand do you prefer?
Turn this off
Of my right,
completely
if
off.
possible. 162 perhaps?
Now let's get set up.
Stand by.
Open AV-tab. Charge. Yeah, there was a lot of things I forgot here, but let's see. Parking, Apu Bleed on, engines off, seatbelts off, external lights as required, fuel pumps off, parking brakes, chocks as required. Consider heavy rain. No, it's not heavy rain, but let's consider rain. Let's get low pressure and chocks on and turn the parking brake off.
Easy 1628. I understand you want to taxi Whiskey 1 and to which parking position?
Let's see. There?
Stand by 1 into 1628.
One hour and 40 minutes. I don't know, let's say flight level 340. Yeah, no, I'm going to replan this, and then we're going to redo. We're going to do the flight tomorrow, and then we'll probably go from, I don't know. I'm going to see which routes Lufthansa has available.
Is on the Whiskey 1 taxi will request 162.
Just turn this down.
Easy 1628. Affirmative, continue taxi to gate 162. The next to the right. Yes, this is the next to the right. I'm here right now. You're welcome.
So we're going to turn the ADS off as well. Because I can see I don't have enough time to do the flight and get down and pick up my daughter, so let's take a look outside. Alright, so let me show you the Cottage Val engines if you haven't seen those yet. Last time we flew, I showed you the his IE engines. but there is an considerable amount of attention to details in these engines here. I mean, all of these little letters, and you can actually read them.
You will be great to understand that work through the system. You want 6 to 8 vector flight conditions, immigrant to stay safe.
Yeah, we can ask him to go away. Bye-bye, fuel truck. Yeah, so in my opinion, these engines, they are, I mean, it's not the, it's not per se the Pratt & Whitney engines I'm talking about. It's more the engines that he has made. They're called realistic engine mod. I want to say engine. Oh, okay. So let me see if I can get this going. I always forget how you start the dual cooling. I think it's something like this. Try this just for, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, it should be working in crank as well, but it doesn't seem to do it. Alright, it's only in case that I need to take off. Alright, so let's just turn dual cooling off. Let's turn it completely off. Well, let's see how the passengers they felt about the flight. 94% satisfied. That's not bad. Let's ask how much time we have left.
How many more passengers do we have back there?
1 minute. All right. Yeah, they're running out. Oh my! I think the flight crew has screamed or yelled at them, frightened them out. Run away! All right, so let's disconnect for Vatsim to get some. Close down a lot of stuff here. 131, yeah, that's not bad. Let's see if file. There we go. Let's disconnect the CDPLC as well. Yeah, it did work perfectly. So let's end the flight and see what they said. Let me show you. And I'm going to turn off the cam now. Guess we're going to see a little bit of replay of the landing. Let's see PAX. I have that on, but not anyway. Let's see PAX. Where is it? PAX flight report. There we are. All right. So now you can see it. So there's a little bit of discrepancy here, right? 127 feet, 131. Guess it's fair enough. So slightly ahead of schedule and a soft landing, and that's it. Let's see what the comments are. I'm telling my friends about this airline. I'll be recommending you at work. That landing was very smooth. I'm glad to hear it. All right. Yeah, that's not true, but I don't have a profile for the A321Neo. This one here. 215 passengers. Save and close packs. Alright, I don't think I have any more. Well, there's the fly live. Let's remove that. You probably don't need that right now. The fly live top. Not for replays in any way. And the log. Yeah, this says it as well. All right, so let me tell you, I want to report this to TOLIS as well, because the A321s does it as well. If any of you have the A319 from TOLIS, then please, if you fly it, go and check your log and see if at any point it says TOLIS aircraft systems plugin descent profile resync due to excessive difference. Let me put that so you can see it in chat here. This exact message, and it is somewhere in the log, because I have had several crashes with the A340 because of that exact message. I mean, I don't know, not because of the message, but the crash happened exactly after I saw that message. There was a lot of these descent profile resyncs, and then it crashed. And I had a couple of crashes in the A321 as well, but I never sort of thought about looking in the log for that. The crash usually happens if you put in a standard arrival and descent wind data. At least it does. It did for me in the oh, let me turn this off. I'm not been flying that more. At least it did for me in the A346. As soon as if I entered a standard arrival, then it would be fine, no problems. But the minute I entered the first descent wind data, it crashed. If I had entered the wind data and put it any kind of new or any kind of standard arrival, it would crash as well. So it seems to be connected with that. I guess the reason why I haven't seen it or noticed it as much with the A340, sorry, the A321, is that you don't usually put in the wind data for relatively short routes. So I haven't noticed it yet. Yeah, but if you have the A319 and recently updated A319, then please look for that in your logs, because I guess it's a generic thing with the TOLIS, is the latest updates that they have made. I don't know if it happened before, but I've only noticed the issues in the issues now. Okay, that's okay, Sucking. Try to see if you get it now, if you have the latest update version of the A321 or the A3. I don't know what the latest of the A320. I don't know what the latest of the A319 is, but I know that mine is 1.3.1. So please look for that. All right. Let's get these guys to move away, because they're going to do it anyway. Just to hide all. Just going to go into the TOLIS menu here, and that is in external laser enabled. All right, perfect. All right, let's go to replay mode. And go a little bit back. I'm not sure how much we need to go back. Wow. That's heavy rain. Go a little bit further back. Oh, that's the, yeah, that's the...
Sky conditions 3,300 scattered. Temperature free, 2.1.
Thank you. See it down from here. The rain you see there, that is X-Enviro rain. The rain on the windshield is Skiselkov Librain, I think it's called. So I guess what I have found out now by doing a lot of landings is that the flare is not, I guess for pilots, real world pilots, it just is muscle memory. So they just do it. But for me at least, it is not a matter of pulling the stick back a certain distance and then just keeping it there. Here I initiated the flare around 50 meters. And then slowly sort of guided it in a little bit down, a little bit up, and that seemed to do the trick. Alright, let me show you if you should be able to see it. Let me just show you. Let's just go back a little bit. Let's see. Alright, try to notice inside the engines. See? There they came in. That's cottage valve engines for you. Okay. You can see now when I turn it off, they sort of pop out again. There. I love that attention to detail. Look at the landing again from the side. Alright, let's try to do this one here. I think it is. Oh. See where the touchdown point is. About there. Let's get a little closer on peppy lights. Let's do sort of a little on the side of the runway. Look at the landing. All right, let's see. Slowly coming in. One of the funniest things that I've noticed is that when I go from flying airliners a lot and then go back into a general aviation Cessna or something like that, it feels like the landing is taking forever. It's just like, oh, come on down, come on. Let's see if we can do a tower view. Not sure about that. Depends on the tower. Let's see. Oh, we can. There's a little bit of graphical funniness going on when we are zoomed in like this. I'm actually not sure whether it's an X-Enviro thing or whatever it is, but see how it looked from the tower. Maybe it's the rain thing that's doing it. I'm not sure. I've also seen it when it didn't rain, so floated a little bit, but it didn't stop it. It didn't stop the descent. It just slowly got down, so that's good. All right. I know that a couple of you have already subscribed or followed me on Twitch, so thank you very much for that. It's actually interesting. What I've noticed now is that it seems that I don't have a consistent viewing count on both platforms. It seems very much like if I have a lot of viewers, they are either on YouTube or they're either on Twitch. That's interesting. So today, I'm looking at the chat right now. The last time I streamed, there was a lot of YouTube messages in the chat. Now there's a lot of Twitch messages in the chat. That's actually pretty interesting to notice. But in any case, for those of you who are on YouTube, you're also watching this as a VOD. That's just the way it is. Likes and subscribes, they certainly always help. If you want to see more of this, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if whether you like or dislike the video, it's the reaction that really matters. So please react some way. Personally, I would like, if you're going to dislike the video, I would like for you to write, possibly in a comment, in a constructive way, what you think could be done better with the stream or the video. For those of you on Twitch, well, there's only really one thing that you can do if you haven't already done so. That is follow my channel and come back and watch again on Wednesday. Tomorrow, I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to make the next 2 legs as a video, as a stream. Maybe I also have an upcoming flight also for Lufthansa and another virtual Lufthansa that is going from thank you for following Code Cutter. I really loved those profile names, Code Cutter and Sucking Schnitzel and Sorrow DK. Where was I going with all of this? Yeah, I have an upcoming. But the thing is that with the other company, you really have to go back and forth between your the hub that you have and the destination. So you cannot do like we're doing now. For example, flying from Copenhagen to Munich, and then on Wednesday from Munich to Toulouse, and then from Toulouse to something else. In this case here, I flew from München to I cannot remember the name, but it's an airport in Finland, and then I have to go back now from Finland to München again, and I might record this on a video instead. Yeah. That's more or less it. All right. Bye. But in any case, I would like to thank each and every one of you for watching today. I know it's a relatively short flight considering what I usually do, but instead we got a wonderful landing from me for once, so that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Even in rain and snow and all that. Maybe I need to have bad weather in order to make good landings. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. And again, if you are the proud owners of particularly the A319, because I don't have that, and you do a couple of flights, and it's the recent version you have, the most recent version you have. If you're going to do a couple of flights with it, please try to notice when you have landed. It usually that comes up, or when you begin to fiddle with the box in respect to standard arrivals or something similar. Please try to notice if you have that message in the log that says this descent profile resync due to excessive difference, because I've seen it in 2 planes now, like I said, the A321 and the A340 that I have, and it would be weird if that bug error message was somehow missing in the A319. But maybe it is. Maybe Tolis didn't make those changes in the A319, or maybe that bug, maybe the answer is in the code to that plane. I don't know, but I guess the important thing is here, for me at least, that we help Tolis as much as they can to sort of get an image of how widespread that error is. And like I said, unfortunately for me, I did a flight all the way from Copenhagen to Tokyo, Haneda. I started the flight 12 o'clock here, so that would be 11 Zulu, thereabout. And then I flew during the night, so I flew offline, and I had Pilot to ATC running instead. And then just had the co-pilot mode in Pilot to ATC answer all of the radio requests until I got up the next morning. And on the final approach, that's 10 hours, almost 11 hours flight, just straight out the window, because every time I tried to reboot it with the autosave, it would instantly crash with that same message, descent profile resync, blah blah blah. And then I tried to do some tests. So first I put in only the wind data. I'm pretty sure I put in the wind data first. No, I put in the standard arrival. So I was at Copenhagen, Kastrup. I put in all of the data, including the standard arrival and did the QNH and all that data for landing. Then I took off and flew a little. And the minute I tried to enter the first wind data, the first point in the descent wind, it crashed. If I tried to reverse, if I put in the wind, and then at one point put in a standard arrival, it crashed again. But it was only in that order, having the wind in and then putting in the standard arrival, that it would say this would descent profile resync due to blah blah blah. Yeah, that's it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this, and girls, if any one of girls watching as well. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you will come back for more flying. I know that I said that I wanted to play other games on my channel, and I really do. I mean, I really do have some games that I'd like to share with you. I have the new farming simulator. I have truck simulator, both ATS and ETS2. I have the Long Dark that I'd like to do a survival series. Basically games where we can have a conversation about what the heck is going on. I mean, trucking, we can just talk. It's just like having a conversation while we're watching a movie or something like that. But particularly in something like the Long Dark, where it's a survival game where I'm running around and doing stuff, we can have a conversation about what the heck is going on. And obviously in the trucking games, we can talk about where we're going to drive this next time or whatever. So, yeah. But the thing is, what I wanted to get at with this, the thing is that, let me just change the camera view. Let me see, we can do it like this. We need to have this one here, this camera view. The thing is with is that let me see if I can find the right one. 214, 215, so 412, 211 here. Around there. The thing is that I just feel like I'm in a really good streak with this with this flying thing here. I mean, I'm just enjoying it. And the thing is that I don't want to say just as much, but almost. I'm almost flying just as much when I'm not streaming. So it's not that I don't want to play the other games, I really do, because I like them. I mean, I just enjoy flying really, really much. So that's what on the table right now. Yeah, that's the point where one of you said, "Oh, you're taxiing really slow." Zero sorrow. So I just gave it a little bit more juice to get it going. Single engine taxi is really slow, but sometimes I also feel like when I'm doing dual engine taxi that it just seems to sort of, especially the A320 in Microsoft Flight Sim, it feels like driving a race car around. It just goes insanely fast suddenly. I don't know if it's really meant to do that, or it's just because it's smaller and lighter, or maybe it's a Microsoft Flight Sim thing. I'm not sure. But, yeah. Alright, let's watch me park this thing. And then I will see you, if not earlier, then on Wednesday.